Disney been the ops. Fellas, Disney has been the ops.
Disney been the ops.
We done cracked the code. We done figured it out. Thank you. It's all figured out now. Disney they've been behind the scenes, destroying relationships, killing this whole thing.
Disney been the what?
They've been the ops. So that's what the children be saying.
The opposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the opponent.
You predict someone's divorce by their wedding?
I believe that sometimes the bigger the wedding, the more likely the divorce. That's been my experience. I have found that the bigger the ring, the bigger the divorce, and the bigger the wedding spectacle, the more likely the divorce, in my experience. Because there is something extremely performative about a wedding. And there's also something extremely narcissistic about a wedding. If you break down like the role of a bride in a traditional wedding, meaning its current iteration, it's an unbelievably narcissistic pursuit for a woman. We're going to do an engagement, which is you're going to give me a stone of tremendous value that I'm going to wear as a public display of the fact that I am now engaged in this commitment. And then I'm going to put that on social media. And then we're going to have an engagement party. Then we're going to have all of these activities around planning this singular day where I'm going to be the center of attention. And then I'm going to have a bachelorette party. Then we're going to have a rehearsal dinner. Then we're going to have the wedding. And then we're going to have a honeymoon, which is basically like a week of partying. Oh, I forgot the bridal shower, by the way. I forgot the bridal shower. If this is really important to you, you're telling me a lot about yourself. You're telling me how important being the center of attention is to you and how much this performative thing is to you. Now, by the way, I'm not pissing on weddings. Like, I think having a wedding's great. Like, I think you should celebrate. Like, I love this person. They love me. We found each other. Party, take some pictures, have some drinks, do the dance, do the whole thing. It's great, man. But we've turned it into just a spectacle. I mean, the wedding industrial complex, man, it's a trillion-dollar industry. It's insane. It's insane. And again, catastrophically fails more than 50% of the time.
There's actual research showing that higher wedding spending correlates with higher divorce rates, especially when couples go into debt to fund it. But social media has introduced performance pressure into something that was meant to be private. Now it's not just Valentine's Day, it's Valentine's Day for the timeline, birthdays for the timeline, anniversaries for the timeline, Christmas for the timeline. And every year, that pressure escalates. Bigger gifts, bigger surprises, bigger displays. And if that escalation doesn't happen, people start questioning whether they love or whether the relationship isn't doing good enough. The most stable marriages, they're usually boring. They're predictable, they steady, they private. That doesn't mean that there aren't gifts. It means spectacle isn't the foundation. Marriage isn't loud, it's repetitive, it's discipline, it's alignment. When the relationship becomes dependent on public validation, it becomes fragile under private stress. And I personally know people who went into debt for massive weddings. They got divorced and were still making payments years later. Imagine sending monthly payments for a wedding with someone you no longer married to. If the wedding is the peak of the relationship, the marriage will feel like a downgrade. Don't confuse visibility with value, and don't confuse spectacle with stability.
We're sick people. We're working for the future, because working for the present, we ain't making no progress.
We're sick people.
We're sick people.
We are sick people. So, big weddings, extravaganzas. It's all about me.
Forget about you.
Do y'all believe that that's a red flag?
So I'll say, if you know, because again, these sound like rich people problems. If you got it, I don't think that that's as big of a reflection necessarily as going into debt to make all of these things happen. Which was one of the things that they spoke about. Like people, what do you say? People went into debt, to pay for a wedding and then still ended up getting divorced and they still got to make payments Still gotta make payments on the wedding that don't even, that ain't the wedding and the marriage that ain't even last. I think like going into debt significantly for it is probably the reddest flag. And I would couple that with the bride to be's behavior along the way. The phrase. Let me say it from the other side, since we talking about fellas. Have y'all ever heard the phrase groomzilla?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which means, the phrase bridezilla comes from the woman, the bride, becoming a terrorist along the way. It's got to be like this, and I need y'all to show up for this, and you got to be available for this, and I have to have it this way, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And that's not to say you shouldn't have a vision, but like, again, the whole goal is to, or at least I would like to think the whole goal is to take your vows before God, and bring that lifelong commitment together, to grow together, to cater to one another. Like when y'all said y'all vows, y'all didn't just say, hey, here's what I'm gonna do for you as my wife. Y'all wives then said some stuff to y'all and made some promises to y'all and made some commitments to y'all. So like, this is, it's not just about them. It's about y'all too. And if all of these things are only made to reflect the woman, I think that is a clear indicator of how things are gonna go.
Yeah. I'll say that this isn't even a rich people problem. I think that it's a somewhat of a cultural, or what you were told to believe, the way that it should be, because there are some women that have broken off engagements or even said no because the ring was too small. Originally, right? If memory serves me correct, I can remember reading, and I know I heard that diamonds weren't even like a thing. Like this is like mid 20th century mainstream that told you that diamonds are forever, that you need a diamond. When the ring becomes more important than the commitment you guys have for each other, there's a problem. When the ring and the wedding and putting on this show becomes more important than the person that you are saying you're making a commitment before God, and you're saying you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person. When all of those things, just the song and dance, when those things become more important than the person that you're committing to, then you didn't do your due diligence up front. You didn't take the time. You didn't make the effort. You couldn't have. Because those things would have been discussed. You would have went deep into that conversation, into that, breaking down the walls and the barriers and and finding out, the true heart of that person, the true wants, the true desires. Now, if you can afford those things and it's just about like you have those commitments and that's what you both agree on, that's great. Hey, do it. Okay. However, there, in my opinion, are other stones that are more beautiful than a diamond. There are more, like, some people get tattoos. They don't even have a ring. They get tattoos. It's about the commitment. Okay.
Jay-Z wrote a song about it. Matching tats, ink don't come off, even if rings come off and things jump off, is what he said.
Yep. Shout out to the chat. The issue is not the size of the wedding, but rather the fact that people don't take their vows before God seriously. Boom. Selah. If a person is worried about the size of their ring in wedding, the marriage is doomed.
doomed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously the central point here is that what's more important, the marriage or the wedding, right? And I think due to clever marketing, to your point, LB, from the mid 1900s, 1930s or 40s probably. Somebody Google it. Somebody pull it up on like the AI or something like that. See when that was. Probably somewhere around 1930s, 1940s. I'd imagine around the time when marketing on like television and stuff like that became widespread, and banks got creative with financing and things of that nature. Probably around that time, diamonds became a thing, a symbol of true love, all through clever marketing. Right? There are many ways to display your love. Tattoos is good. I like that idea. It doesn't matter. I mean, public display and all of that stuff is good, but like, there's too many people, I think, that focus on making sure the wedding is perfect. And don't get me wrong, I get it. You plan to only get one, right? I get that, and you want to make it as perfect as possible, but also, what's actually important here? Y'all know how like we say we just talking and everybody else, all y'all out there, y'all just listening in, talking to myself and y'all listening in. You know what I mean? It's the same thing when you get married. At least it was, with my wife and I. We was already married, according to the government and state. We was already married. We just letting y'all know that we was married. You know what I'm saying? We already decided that we're gonna move forward together for the rest of our lives, me and you, right? We had already decided that. We just letting y'all in on it, right? So if that's the case, if that's the mindset you approach it from, then I think the things that you do in your wedding can be more realistic, and can be more pure, it can be more honest, right? And because we're not building to a wedding, we're building to and through a lifetime. And I think too much, that happily ever after myth, which we talked about many times, right? The happily ever after myth, where they fell in love and got married and lived happily ever after. The end, right? And so we're looking forward to the getting married, and now it looks like you look like the princess you always envisioned yourself as when you was a kid, where you was listening to them tell you that you was going to fall in love and get married and live happily ever after. You trying to recreate that.
Prince Charming.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got Prince. You need Prince Charming. That's why he got to have that big old ring. That's why he got to put up lots and lots of money. That's why y'all got to have a big wedding. That's why you got to have everything so perfect. That's why you could go Bridezilla and not be offended by the phrase Bridezilla.
It was all a dream.
So because it's not as important, because as the last comment said, because you're focused on you and y'all, you're not taking your vows seriously. I also blame Disney. Yes. This is exactly what I'm saying. Damn you, Disney. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Disney has been a threat to the world for generations, man. Disney been the ops. Disney has been the ops.
I just want y'all to know that from the start of this conversation, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do some inception here, and I'm gonna get one of our followers to say I blame Disney, because I've been thinking it this whole time. Thank you.
Disney is the ops, and they have been the ops. They've been the ops for generations. You know what I'm saying? Look at them now. Now they went from that and got women thinking about that kind of stuff, and now they got them out here she-hulking. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. See, Disney been the ops, fellas. Disney has been the ops.
Disney been the ops.
We done cracked the code. We done figured it out. Thank you. It's all figured out now. Disney they've been behind the scenes, destroying relationships, killing this whole thing.
Disney been the what?
They've been the ops. So that's what the children be saying.
The opposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the opponent. I think it means both, right? The opposition, the opponent, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The ops.
Bend or bend?
Ben.
Whew.
Ben. Disney. Ben the ops.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you. My homie.
We live. We live.